Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Ninja Joe Plays Minecraft here on my single player world, Survival Colony. Thanks so much for coming back. I appreciate everybody who watches these videos and enjoys them, I really do. So I am standing here on top of the little fisherman wharf boat garage thingy that we built last time. Well, didn't build last time, we actually built it back in 1.16, but we put the finishing touches on last episode, and so I just wanted to start off here and have just one more look at our cool little floaty sci-fi boats and their little parking area with all the little trading dudes. Good source of emeralds now. We've got a good source of emeralds, so pretty happy with this. But you know, there is something that I'm actually not too happy with, and that has to do with the old bee farm we made just a couple episodes ago. Of course, a couple episodes ago was also 1.16. So I came in here a couple of days ago, and there were no bees in the entire farm. They weren't flying around in there. They weren't getting any flowers. They were all just totally gone, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if they glitched out of existence due to something in 1.17, or if, I don't know, maybe they glitched into a wall and suffocated somehow. I really have no idea where they went. Well, I went off into the forest and I wrangled a couple of bees on leads and brought them in here, and I've been slowly breeding these guys up again to try and get the population back up. And of course now there's just one here. Does anybody want to come out? There we go. Come on, guys. Make some bee babies. Okay, no more. We're good. Two's good. So I really don't know what could have happened. I mean, one thing I could potentially maybe could be the reason is I had a pressure plate right here, not a button. So is it possible some mob walked up and stood here with the door open and they all flew out and flew away? Maybe? I mean, this doesn't seem right. Like, there'd be bees everywhere, right? They'd be like all in the woods, and there's nothing. There is nothing. So anyway, we're getting the bee population slowly built back up. I don't know where they went. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. If it does again, I don't know about the future of this farm, because I can't have a farm that I have to babysit, you know, just because the bees keep disappearing. One thing I did do just to kind of help myself out is I built a little bone meal flower farm here. I've got one of these 2 tall sunflowers in there, and if I just hit this right here, we got lots of sunflowers coming out, and they come down here. So I can basically feed the bees, give them lots of flowers. So cute little build, tiny little micro farm. Just stuff comes out there, and I've got a little chest over here. I put bone meal in there, and everything works great. So anyway, that is the state of the bee farm, and I wish I could say that the bee farm is the only thing that I found a problem with. So another issue from 1.17 has reared its head, and this issue is kind of a biggie. As you may remember, this is the iron freighter where we get all of our iron. Still have our temporary little platform here that collects iron, and you may notice there's only 5 ingots and 4 poppies in here. Yeah, it's not producing iron anymore, and I'm gonna show you guys why. So as you may recall, this farm uses the villager panic mechanic with a zombie in a minecart. Goes around, goes up there, and there are these little villager cells way up here. Those guys right there. And in 1.16, I had no carpets over the beds, and after a day or two, these villagers popped out on top of their beds. They weren't locked into their little chambers here anymore. And you notice there's only 2 guys there, and if we look at this one, well, it's kind of hard to see. There's only 2 there, and the other cells, there's only 2. Each cell only has 2 villagers in it now, and similarly to the bees, I don't know where they went. I really don't. But I suspect that maybe they were on their beds and maybe the third guy fell out and fell down there and died. I mean, that's all I could kind of think of. I don't think they would survive a fall down that far. But each of the 6 cells, there's 6 of these little groups of villagers who get scared by a zombie on the track, and every last one of them has only 2 villagers. What are you guys doing? Are you guys fighting? What are you doing? Anyway, so the iron farm is currently kaput. We have no golems falling into the death pits and coming out. And I believe, I think that this carpet action I've got here is working. Like, they're going back into their cells. I don't know what'll happen when I get a 3rd villager back in there. But that is a plan that I need to do. I need to get basically 6 more villagers up here and cart them into these little cells. So that's going to be kind of a pain in the patoot. But we'll get it done. I don't know when. I don't really want to put this on my front burner at the moment because I have a lot of iron on hand. So as that iron starts to dwindle, I will get a little more nervous about this, and it will take over my attention. But for this episode, I want to get into some other projects, or actually some augmentation of other projects. I've been trying to go around and pick up on projects that I started in 1.16 but didn't quite finish, or maybe there was a little more I wanted to do, and basically bring those things to completion. So that's what we're going to be doing this episode. Basically, it's going to be project cleanup day. Let's try and get as many old projects buttoned up a little bit better than they are, further along, enough that we can call them done. That's what I want. I want to call some things done. So let's get started. You know what, guys? I almost forgot something else. I mean, like, shouldn't we make a task list or something? Since I have all of these things to do? Look at this that's magically appeared. And I know what you're thinking. Joe, we can't read that. Why have you got spruce? Spruce. You can't read spruce signs. But wait. Check this out. Booyah! It's 1.17. Look at this fanciness. I have killed every single glow squid I have come into contact just to get their glowy innards for these signs. Alright, now we're ready to go. Look at this neon loveliness. I think we're going to start right here. Well, guys, I can't tell you, it feels so good to finally be going around my starter base and cleaning up torches, trimming the vines. Oh my gosh, it's just been a while. I've been wanting to do this, and every time I walk through my starter base, I'm just like, oh, the torches. Oh, the fact it's not finished. And I'm glad I just made myself just take the time to finish these things out. You know, it's so easy when you're starting the game and you're just at the very beginning. You're getting diamonds for the first time. You got like maybe 1 stack of cobblestone to your name and 3 or 4 pieces of iron. You know, you're not thinking about stuff like, hey, I need to make this pretty. You're thinking about, I need to spam torches. I don't want creepers up my butt. I really just don't want it. You know, and it's hard when you've made a base and you've been working out of it, working on all these different cool projects. It's hard to kind of like just throw it in reverse and go backwards and go back to that old project and say, hey, let's clean this up. Let's get this up to the standards that we want. Oh man, guys, you know, this is something that I've really been meaning to do. To get this makeshift tree farm off my little beach. I mean, it needs to go. Now, I am planning to build an actual tree farm. We're not going to get to that in this episode, but at least for now, I can get this giant jungle tree off my beach, and also whatever this nethery, warty garbage is over here. It feels so good. It feels so good to finally be able to do that. I mean, look at how much better everything looks now. Oh my god, it's so much better. Just a few little things make such a huge difference. Man, speak of having to do something early game that you really don't want to do. Oh man, building this tram line back before we had the Guardian farm, and I put pumpkins down because this is what I had. It was either pumpkins or nothing. Oh, I can't tell you how good it feels to get rid of these pumpkins. Go away. Be gone, ye pumpkin. So, here's a funny little thing. We've got this sci-fi base going on, and from back in the early game, we have a horse hanging around. A horse. That's not very sci-fi. I like horses. I like Minecraft horses. I think they're kind of fun. But, this is a sci-fi base, so we just can't have a horse stable just right here in the middle of everything. I mean, it's right next to the project management tower, for crying out loud. We can't have that. We gotta get this guy out of town. You're moving to the suburbs, fella. Come on. We're going this way. New home. Let's go. Okay, there. Look at that. And also, bonus, I caught another horse. Now I have 2. Alright. Task done. Let's get out of here. Even newer projects that we've done are not exempt from this problem I have of, just walking away and leaving torches everywhere. Look at them all. Oh, I was just here. I could have cleaned all this up, but no. I have to put on a special project list and come back and make a big deal out of, something I should have done right from the get-go. Oh well, at least we're doing it now. Well guys, this Guardian farm, this one is really a monster cleanup job. I felt so bad when I did this back in 1.16. I mean, I didn't even finish the decorative build here. I left little wingy, finny things off the back of this build, and, I kept telling myself, I'll come back. It took me really having to kind of get upset about it to do it, and that's just not good. But things are better now. We've got basically the decorative build. We've put a lot of carpets down to stop mobs from spawning. We put lighting in other places, and we've finished the outside. Inside, the storage system here, this is pretty much the same, but over this way you can see I have actually decked out the inside bay, and now it suddenly feels so much more lively. We've got boxes and a little fly car and some specimen tubes and all kinds of fun stuff that really just needed to be a part of this build to really make it feel like, hey, this is kind of a cool place, it's not just an empty shell, So here's another thing I did, guys. I wanted to kind of try and improve the rates of this farm because they're really not very good. And I don't need a ton of stuff, but I do need a decent amount of sea lanterns. That's kind of my go-to sci-fi lighting block, that and end rods, which you just have to kind of collect manually. So I went through the entire underneath of the fortress, and I sponged it all out. I dried out the inside of the fortress, so at least guardians are not spawning inside here. Now they're still spawning outside, and definitely some of them are still spawning outside the bubble zone, which of course sucks them up and then takes them on to their doom where we get their drops. But there was a major problem with this farm right from the get-go. The original design included a kill basin down basically at bedrock level that was magma blocks and little water streams and would push the items in, and hundreds of drops were getting lost. They were basically getting stuck on the ice blocks, and they were clumping up as entities tend to do, and we were really getting super inefficient rates. So I fixed that now. We have this hopper system in place, and oh my god, the rates have quadrupled. It's so much more. I'm so glad that I finally came over here and did this. So now if I come here in AFK, it's actually worth it. Yeah. So nice. Well, guys, we have got a number of things done here. Oh my goodness, I feel a lot better about my base, about my projects. You know, every time I was working on a project back in 1.16 and putting out a video every week, I always felt very rushed and little details would fall through the cracks and I wouldn't do them, and it would really drive me crazy. So having this little project board of going around and cleaning stuff is just making me feel so much better about my base and my builds, and I really, you know, I can take more pride in the kind of things that we're doing. I can't tell you. Maybe I'm just a little OCD, but God, it makes me feel so good. Especially these two right here on the bottom, just above my head there. That Guardian farm, the fact I didn't finish the decorative build on that drove me absolutely crazy. And I know there's more work we could do out there, you know, but I think now I've got it far enough along that, you know, I'm pretty happy with it. I don't feel like I skimped out and did the bare minimum and then flew away in my Elytra, you know. So anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and you know, I will keep them coming. They might not be regular. I'm certainly, like I said, I'm not going to rush myself to output videos. I am going to do some stuff around the base, make a video, and put it out. And hopefully that'll be good enough for you guys. Yeah. If not, well, sorry. I just realized I have fish in my hands. Sorry. There we go. Alright guys, well, if you enjoyed this video, please, you know, do that whole like and subscribe thing if you want to. If not, that's cool too. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye now.